What's up, friends, and welcome back. Today I'm going to be roasting up an entire duck for duck tacos. I've dry brined this duck overnight to ensure that it's extra juicy and tender. I've also scored this duck already here. As you can see, you can either score it in straight lines like this, or you can do the diamonds and cross hatch it. It's really up to your personal preference. Just make sure that you only cut through the skin and you're not cutting all the way down into the meat. Okay, this will help to allow the fat to render and escape the bird into the pan below. I have also perforated little holes throughout the skin and the fat in the bird right here. You can see a couple of those. I've trimmed some of the excess skin around the tail. All right, and doing this will help to really make sure all of the fat that you need to escape the bird will drip into the pan below. All right, I'm going to truss this bird too, but I'm also going to remove the wingtips. The wingtips often burn, and they really don't serve any purpose, so I don't really see a point of keeping them on. I'm actually going to save those to make a duck stock later along with this neck. Really, anything that you cut off this bird, you can save and utilize later. It is so important to keep all these trimmings. The neck fat, the neck skin, all of that is beautiful and can be utilized later. So save that goodness, okay? All right, I cut off the wingtips and I gathered them together with all the extra skin, fat, and neck. And I'm going to vacuum seal these up and save them in the freezer for another day to utilize later. Now, I'm going to stuff the cavity of the bird with an orange that I've cut in half and some big pieces of elephant garlic. And then I'm going to tie the legs over each other crisscross to keep them nicely tucked inside. All right, I just rubbed this bird up with chili powder, cumin, black pepper, and coriander. My oven is set at 350 degrees. We'll be cooking it for about 3 hours, checking on it about every 30 minutes or so to baste it. Now make sure that before you get your bird in the oven, it's on some kind of cooking rack to keep it above the bottom of the pan where the juices and fat will drip down. This will help it from frying in your pan. Okay, now at about an hour and a half through this process, we're gonna rotate the bird completely over and cook it for about another hour, and then we'll flip it back over for the very end of it and finish it off that way. All right, about 40 minutes into the cooking process here, you can see it's released enough fat to start basting it. So you can pull it out of the oven real quick, get a spoonful, lightly drizzle it over the top, and repeat this a couple times just to make sure that the top of the bird is nice and moist and that all the fat that it's releasing is gonna go ahead over the top again and continue to help cook it, keeping all of that flavor inside. Oh yeah, this is how we're looking about an hour and a half in. I'm getting ready to rotate this. I'm gonna put it carefully breast side down onto the screen above the pan. And remember to baste this again, and we're gonna get it back into the oven. All right, we're here at the 2.5 hour mark. It looks and smells incredible. I'm about to rotate this and put it back breast side up to finish cooking for the remainder 25 to 30 minutes just to really crisp up the outside a little bit more and to render the remaining fat into the pan below. You can go ahead and baste this one more time before throwing it back in the oven. This is the final stretch here with this beautiful bird. And I have pulled it out of the oven and it is incredible. I gotta let this cool now for about 10-15 minutes before cutting it and shredding it down to make tacos. Please do not forget, of course, to save all your rendered duck fat, as it's good to cook just about everything. All right, I'm gonna go at this and remove the breasts first, and then we're gonna shred them down. And once done, go ahead and take a fork and shred all that tender meat apart. Pull it away from itself just like that. All right, now I'm just gonna warm up some of my cranberry salsa. If you'd like the recipe for this salsa, you can find it in the description below. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw some of this shredded duck right into that salsa and continue to cook it just a little bit more, really marrying the salsa to the meat. I'm using about 1.5 cups here. This is good for about half of the bird. If you wanna really toss up the whole bird in this salsa, you'll probably need about 3 cups of salsa. All right, yeah, this right here, this is looking great. This is amazing. All right, I got a hot cast iron pan here with about a teaspoon of that duck fat. You can go ahead and cook down corn or flour tortillas to your liking. Yeah, that looks delicious. I got these tortillas doubled up to really support all of the meat that I'm about to pile into them. All right, now I'm gonna load up a little onion and cilantro onto the top of these. Oh, these tacos are truly a labor of love. I cannot wait to sink my teeth into one of these right now. I'm gonna plate these with a couple of limes and some roasted chilies. I love roasted chilies with my tacos. Definitely recommend doing so. Man, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. One of my favorite tacos ever right here on this plate. Man, I really hope that you enjoyed this as much as I am dying to eat one of these. Man, thank you for watching. Subscribe for more if you haven't already. And as always, give it some love for me. Thank you. Yes.